Alright, how's it going, guys? Today I've got my out-of-box review here for you for the Star Wars 1/72nd scale Pose X-Wing fighter. And again, big thank you to SE Gundam Store for sending me this to share with you guys. You can check the link to their site down below and use my ZakuAurelius 10 coupon code to save 10%. This kit impressed me a lot, I gotta say. I didn't really know what to expect because I haven't built any of these Star Wars vehicle 1/72nd scale kits. But I gotta say, this kit, just building this kit was so fun. I don't really build this type of model. It's sort of like an aircraft model, I guess, right? Or like military models, anything like that. I just don't build that type of model. And so I don't really know how this would compare. Obviously, it's probably a much different experience from building like a full-on like aircraft model kit. But I have to say that I really enjoyed this kit quite a lot. So this is highly recommended. It was a lot of fun. There's some really small parts on there that are going to be a little bit difficult. So just be careful with that. And otherwise, just really fun, enjoyable kit. And I think once it's painted up, it's going to look really nice. As you'll notice, if you saw the unboxing, one thing that I didn't do was put on a lot of the stickers. It does come with a set of stickers and waterside decals, which I'll show you again here in a minute. But the stickers, yeah, just not really good. On some of the parts where like the sticker is going over like a completely flat area without any details, then it might be okay, but there's really not many of those areas. Like a few of the stickers that go like on the wings maybe, where there's like they're going over just really larger flat areas, they might be okay. But all the stickers fit over areas where there's, I mean, this kit just has little details all over the place, like little tiny panel lines and details and all of that. And if you're just covering that up with a sticker, it just doesn't look good at all. So, and then like some of the stickers like are supposed to fit over curved surfaces or rounded surfaces like that, and they just don't fit well at all. So, like I think like they probably like, they fit according to Bandai's like 3D like model on the computer, and they probably technically fit on the kit really well, but just no. Yeah, so even like some of the like I'm really super glad that we have water slides with this kit. But I think even the water slides probably won't work very well for this because you're just placing like this big water slide decal over a bunch of really tiny fine details. So even if you just like douse it and like mark softer, it's just not going to be able to conform to these really tiny details. So I don't know, a lot of the water slide decals are really small, so those should be able to be used well enough, but we'll have to see. So let me go over and show you guys some of the gimmicks for that. I guess before we do that, I might as well show you what the sticker and waterside decal sheets look like again, just because we were talking about that. So here's the stickers. As you can see, I tried using a couple of them. It's like down there, and yeah, not good at all. And then we have the waterside decal sheet, which is pretty much exactly the same, just in the waterside version. So yeah, some of these may work, some of them maybe not as much. We'll see. I don't really have a big problem with that. So like these smaller ones, as long as some of those work enough, that'll be okay. For these larger things like that, I can just paint that. It won't really be a big deal. And even like these silver ones here are supposed to go over the top of like the clear cockpit hatch part. And yeah, or like these like small ones here that go over like the instrument panels. All that detail is all molded onto the kit. So you're just going to cover that up with this waterside decal even? No, I think you're just better off just painting that and then just giving it a wash of a panel liner. And then you've got all that there already without having to use this decal at all. So love that we have waterside decals, but even them I'm thinking probably not going to be all that useful. So just want to give you guys a nice close look at some of this detail here. You can see on the backside some of this really fine details in here on these silver parts there over the top of the wings, and these little super tiny little silver parts that fit into the front of the little cannons there, I guess those are very delicate and very tiny, so be very careful that you don't lose those. They've fallen out on me a couple times now, so I need to fix those. And these, I don't know, maybe I've got those parts in on the opposite way or something, but they're a little bit bent in. I could have them in the wrong place. But some more detail here on the top. You can see the BB-8 in there is molded in clear. I'm not really sure why. In the unboxing, I guess that one reason could be so that if you do decide to like wire this up with an LED or something like that, you could like paint that and then just leave the eye of it clear or something so that the LED light would filter through and come out the eye of the BB-8. Maybe, but it's so tiny. I think, I don't know. You could do that, I suppose, and you could like run some wires into like the LED or some fiber optics, I should say, into like the cockpit as well. That's way beyond me, but you could do that, I suppose. Here you can see our seated Poe figure there in the cockpit. He's just wearing a helmet, so just kind of it's just a generic pilot figure in there basically. And then the cockpit hatch over the top here. While we're here, I'll show you a couple other option parts here. We have this other droid. This would be ROH2. So if you didn't want to use the BB-8 in there, you can use this other droid in there if you want. This one's just molded in black. One thing I will say about the BB-8, you can't really tell now because it's clear, but it's just two halves, front and back, sandwiched together, so that will have a panel line through it. I'm not sure how well that you're going to be able to see that when it's painted. It probably won't be very obvious, but it is there. As for the cockpit hatch, you do have a clear piece, so you would have to paint like the bars around there or use the decals if you want. If you can try to fit those around there, how well that would work, I'm not sure. But you can use that if you want. I'll probably just stick to this one, just that this is probably just going to be easier to use. I don't really care about having like this actual like window clear aspect of that. As long as you can see inside there, that's kind of the only thing that I care about. So I probably won't use that. Up on the underside, we have these little panels here, one panel there, and then one here. And here underneath the wings where you can take those panels off and replace them. So like for example here you have this one where it's got a different connection on the back, so it will actually connect so that it's like opened up, and then you can put the landing gear there. So we do have our pieces of landing gear that you can use in place of that if you wanted to have this just standing on the ground and not up on the flying base if you want. So these are just molded in silver there with some really nice detail. So it's kind of a waste not to use these because some nice detail part. Maybe you would just put this in your scrap bin and use that for some other custom or something. Use it for like an open hatch gimmicks on like a custom Gunpla or something. But again, it's just more really super fine, fantastic details built into the kit, which is awesome. And here you can see the access point for plugging onto the action base. You do have a little part to cover that up if you want. If you are going to have this put onto some different base or diorama or something like that, you want to cover that up. There is a piece to cover that if you are so inclined. Another piece here, we have this just like silhouette piece here, which I guess is supposed to be like a flight crew or something like that, remember? But it's just a really weird thing. I don't really know what the deal is with that. And then we have a couple of little clear red pew pew effect parts. So what you can do with these is you just remove this tiny little silver part here, and again be very careful not to lose that. Just replace it with the clear red effect part, and then there you go, you're set like that. So actually the base of this is really hard to tell, but that part right there is supposed to be silver. So you can see like the bottom one is supposed to be silver, but the way there's just no way they could have had that like plugged into that little tiny piece. So they just had to mold this whole part like that. So you'll have to paint that little bit there silver. And of course, the other thing that you can do is open the wings. That was really cool how you built the wings in like two halves and then kind of slid them together to make that. But of course, you can open that up like that for, I guess that's the attack formation is what that was called in the movie, if I remember correctly. But yeah, very cool looking. This thing is really, really cool and just fantastic detail. Even inside there on the underside, like the inside of the wings here. It's kind of hard to see because it's all black, but you can see some really, really fantastic detail inside there as well. A couple other quick things I should add before I forget is that about the base, as you can see, you can change the forward and back axis as well as the side-to-side axis of the base as well. So it's actually quite useful for putting the model in a variety of different angles to show that it's flying. Very cool, works really well. And then also the size of the kit, you guys may be wondering as well. It's about 7 inches long and about 6 inches wide. Alternatively, that's about 18 centimeters long and 15 centimeters wide. So not really all that big. It's relatively small, but it's, again, really nice. So I gotta say, guys, really, really enjoyed this kit. If you're a fan of Star Wars or just a fan of just model kits in general, even if you're like me and you don't really build a lot of this particular kind of model kit, this is like sort of a little bit more like a military model kit, just try it because it's a really fun experience. I really, really enjoy building this. Like what I was building, I was just really enjoying it. I kept thinking, wow, this is so nice. It's so nice. So really fantastic quality, fantastic detail. This is going to look really, really good when it's all painted up. So I got to say, Bandai is really doing well with this Star Wars line. And I'm really interested to check out some more kits in the line now. So fantastic build. Check it out, guys. Again, if you are living in the USA, check out USA Gundam Store. The link is down below. Support them. Use the coupon code. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions or comments, leave those down below. If you have any other suggestions, other Star Wars models you guys would like to see me review, leave your suggestions down below, and I'll take a look at that. And otherwise, guys, just hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.